The biggest ethical failure in most law firms isn't overbilling, it's unprofitability.
Welcome to the Lawyer Millionaire Podcast, the show where law firm owners learn to build wealth, scale their firms, and design the life of freedom they deserve. Hosted by Darren Wurz, business and wealth advisor for law firm owners and author of The Lawyer Millionaire, this podcast delivers the strategies and inspiration you need to break free from the grind and become the financial success you envision. Let's dive in.
Hey friend, welcome back to The Lawyer Millionaire. I'm glad that you are here today with me. I've got some fun stuff to discuss with you. You know, focusing on profitability has gotten a bad rap. It's not unethical, and it's not greedy, and it's definitely not something that you apologize for. In fact, profitability actually might be your highest ethical responsibility as the steward of your law firm. And today, I'm going to share with you why that is and give you the 4 books that we're reading this year and the big messages that they have for us on how we can drive more consistent, sustainable, reliable profitability in law firms. So this year, in the Lawyer Millionaire community, as you have probably already figured out, we're singly focused on this one theme, helping you drive profit on purpose. Revenue growth gets all the glory, but revenue growth is really pointless without profitability. So many law firm coaches are out there pushing law firm owners to grow at all costs, 10x your revenue, build an 8-figure law firm. Well, 8 figures of what? 8 figures of revenue, I don't give a shit about. At the end of the day, it's profitability that matters. You fly across the country to go to these conferences, you get all pumped up about setting a big goal, and then what happens? You get home and the rubber meets the road. You pour money into digital ad spend, new flashy billboards, more consultants, software tools to wow and dazzle, new hires for all the new growth that you're going to get. And what do you get at the end of the day? A bunch of expenses that suck you dry. You're exhausted, cash is tighter than ever, and you're not better off. Have you ever felt that way? Am I hitting a nerve? That's not success, my friend. That's expensive chaos. And I'm here to save you from it all. Greater revenue without greater profitability is just greater headache. They should put that on a bumper sticker. Profit, especially today, is under a unique new pressure in the current age of AI. How many law firm owners went out last year and spent tens of thousands of dollars on the latest AI tools or AI ads that promised to solve all of their problems, and then realized many of these investments were a total waste? To make matters even worse, most firms aren't even tracking profitability metrics on a consistent basis beyond headline revenue, leaving them completely unaware of what is draining their profit. A healthy law firm should expect a profit margin of somewhere in the range of 25 to 40%. Are you there? Do you even know if you're close? Every year, law firm owners quietly shut their doors, not because they weren't good lawyers, but because the business didn't work. And that's why this is such an important conversation. Others don't close, they just slowly bleed. And I talk with these law firm owners every day. Razor-thin margins, endless stress, deferred retirement, burnout disguised as success. Meanwhile, their peers in big law are earning $750,000 or more with bonuses, not because they're better lawyers, but because they operate profitable systems. And here's the truth that no one wants to say out loud. You don't have the same energy you did 20 years ago, my friend. The grind costs more now, and that someday is now closer than you think. Are you ready for something different? Let's draw a line in the sand this year and make 2026 your year. Let's declare it. This is the year of profitability. 2026 is the year of profitability. It's the year that you are going to build profit on purpose. And so this year, our theme is profit on purpose, because profit doesn't happen accidentally. It requires planning, structure, and most of all, leadership. And that is why I have become so passionate about this subject, because profit isn't just about making more money. It's about leadership. So throughout the course of this year, we're going to be reading 4 books within the Lawyer Millionaire community. Our book tour is centered on this theme. So it's the 2026 Lawyer Millionaire book tour, Profit on Purpose. And each quarter, we're going to dive into a specific book that's aligned with this theme. At the same time, every single month, we're going to be hosting monthly master classes to really dig in deep to these concepts. You won't want to miss these events. So come to the event. You'll be able to learn about what's in the book, and not just what's in the book, but how you apply what's in the book to your business. And we're going to give you templates. We're going to give you all kinds of good stuff. This year is going to rock, my friend. It's going to be fantastic. Okay. So each quarter, 1 book, a monthly masterclass where we dive in deep. You'll also get a great opportunity to network as well with other law firm owners just like you who are facing the same issues. So what are the books that we're going to read this year? Well, here they are. In Q1, first quarter, kicking it off in January, because profit doesn't happen on accident and you need a system, we're going to kick it off with Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. And our theme for the first quarter is profit systems. Now, you may have read Profit First before. You may be familiar with Profit First. You may even be implementing Profit First in your law practice. But even if you are, and even if you're familiar with the concept, it's a great time to dust that book off and get back into it, because there's a lot more that Mike has to share with us beyond just the subdivision of bank accounts and percentages. There's a lot more gold that we'll uncover in that system and in making that system effective. Now, maybe you've heard of Profit First, but you've never implemented it, and you've thought it's a good idea, and maybe you're half-assing it a little bit, right? You got some of the system set up. Well, you're not going to experience the full benefits of the Profit First system unless you really dive in, my friend. So we're going to dive into that one first. It's a great way to kick it off, especially because it sets the tone and the theme, which is that we need to make profit a priority. Okay, moving on to the second quarter. In Q2, we're going to be talking about profit science. The fact that the idea that there's a scientific and mathematic way to ensure a highly profitable business. And yeah, maybe you've delegated this to a bookkeeper or an accounting firm or maybe a fractional CFO, but you need to know the numbers. And so in second quarter, we're going to be reading Simple Numbers by Greg Crabtree. A great follow-up to Profit First. We're going to be diving into the 4 forces of cash flow and how to make cash flow work really, really effectively in your law practice. Profit First is great as a starting point. Simple Numbers takes it to the next level and is going to be extremely applicable to you if you're running, a decent sized law practice, you have multiple employees, you're doing over $1 million in revenue. This is really a book that you want to master. Okay, so you may be familiar with those 2 books. You may even have read those 2 books, but even if you have, great to dust them off. Now we're going to go into a little bit maybe unfamiliar territory in the second half of the year. In Q3, third quarter, because profit is not just about you. Oh, okay, I'm going to flip the script here a little bit. Profit is a team sport. Yeah, that's right. Profit isn't something that you hide and don't disclose. It's a shared effort. And so this book, you're going to love it. When the firm is profitable, we all win. And so we're going to be reading The Great Game of Business by Jack Stack in Q3. And our theme for the third quarter will be profit together. And so we're going to be talking about how do you get the entire team involved in driving higher profitability. Ooh, and a concept called open book management. Opening up the books, letting everybody know what the profit margin is, and incentivizing the team to grow the profit margin. Interesting ideas. So many law firms are run like black boxes. This is really going to change your thinking. Now, we're going to bring it home. We're going to bring it on home with a great home run in Q4. Because, even if you have great systems and you know the science and you've got a great team that's really focused on driving profitability, you know what? We as business owners are often enemy number one when it comes to our business's profitability. We pay a cost for our dumb decisions, which this author calls the stupid tax. And so in Q4, we're going to be reading The Road Less Stupid, Advice from the Chairman of the Board by Keith Cunningham. And in the fourth quarter, our theme will be Profit Protected. You're going to love this book. Jack has just a lot of great information. This book is not meant to be read, like straight through. It's meant to really just be a guide to go and pick different sections. Each chapter kind of stands alone. He picks a topic and he dissects it. And he's got some gold in there. You're going to really love it. And he has a very contrarian view on some things. So it's really going to challenge your thinking and help you as a business owner to make smarter, wiser, more grounded decisions. You're going to love it. Okay, so there it is, folks. There's our 4 books: Profit First, Simple Numbers, The Great Game of Business, and The Road Less Stupid. It's going to be a fantastic year. I encourage you, go buy these books right now and dive in. You don't have to wait for us to get there. Let's go. And then once you've dived in, go ahead and join us in the Lawyer Millionaire community, where we're going to be hosting this book tour, and you'll be able to register for all of our masterclass events and get access to all of our great resources and templates that we're going to be building throughout the year. By the way, the link to join the Lawyer Millionaire community, and it's free, by the way, is in the show notes. Now let's go a little deeper, and I want to address something that is probably the biggest misconception that maybe is out there about profit. Maybe some of you are thinking, is it really fair for me as the owner to take home 25 to 30% of my firm's revenue? Maybe you have some shame about opening the books and sharing the numbers with the team and letting them know just how much money you're making. Isn't all this focus on profit a little bit greedy, maybe unethical, or at the very least, kind of off-putting? My friend, this belief is common, and it's also wrong. Let me explain why. You're not running a charity. And if you are, well, great. Close up shop and form a 501c3 and do it for real. But every day I encounter law firm owners who almost sabotage who do sabotage their own profitability. They refuse to charge what they're worth. They refuse to maximize profitability. They stay stuck in a small mindset, as if they are running a charity. Let me tell you something. Profit is about not greed or making more money necessarily, although it is, but at its core, profit is about the sustainability of your business. You need a healthy profit margin to weather the bumps in the road. You need to be making a lot of money because the responsibility of the business is on your shoulders. And by the way, it's a big responsibility. At the core, profitability is your responsibility. It's your responsibility not just to yourself, but to your team and to your clients. It's the duty of care that you owe. It's your fiduciary responsibility. Your team members' livelihoods are in your hands. That's a big responsibility. You want to create a business. One of the greatest joys I have as a business owner is to be able to create a business where my employees can work, can earn a great living, and can raise their families. A place where they can depend on for their livelihoods, to support their families, to achieve their dreams, to be able to retire one day. We're creating millionaires. You're creating millionaires in your business, your employees. That should be something that you are thinking about and focusing on, because it's true. Your team members depend on you. And I want to create a business. I don't know about you, but I want to create a business where my employees can feel safe and stable, and like their jobs aren't at jeopardy just because we have a bad quarter. Also, let's talk about your clients. Your clients want to work with a firm that's healthy. Yeah, there are a lot of tire kickers around, and there are a lot of people shopping for the lowest price, but actually there are people who want to not be charged the lowest price. There are clients who want to work with a firm knowing that it's healthy, knowing that it has healthy profit margins, knowing that it's run well, knowing that it's not going to just maybe close up shop tomorrow, knowing that it's going to be a sustainable business that's going to be around a long time. And lastly, profit is about leadership. If your firm isn't profitable or struggles with profitability, what does that say about you as a leader? Ouch. Well, the good news is leadership can be learned. And you may not yet have the skills that have gotten you where you need to go. And that's okay, because these are all things that we need to learn. And if this has been your struggle so far, 2026 is your year. It's time, my friend, to step into the leadership shoes that you were destined to fill. So here's my assignment for you. I want you to make profit a priority in 2026. Sometime this week, I want you to find a place where you can sit quietly away from distractions, maybe a coffee shop, or if that's hard for you to focus, maybe the library. I actually really like the library for business planning sessions. It's weird, but I do, okay? Find a quiet place, sit down with a pen and paper, write down your expected revenue. Stop with all these pie in the sky goals about, 20xing, 100xing your business and blah, blah, blah. What do you reasonably expect you can hit with revenue? What do you reasonably expect you can bring in terms of new clients based on your track record? Now, set a clear profit margin target. Set a target for profit. And if you want to take this a step even further, open the books. Bring the team into the conversation. Tell them, this is where we're going, and I need your help in getting there. And by the way, we'll all win because I'll be able to pay you more. And you might even be able to develop some kind of incentive program that is aligned with your profitability goals. And if you really, really want to make profit a priority in 2026, join us, my friend, for the Profit on Purpose book tour inside the Lawyer Millionaire community. The link is in the show notes. Each quarter, we're going to be reading one of these great books that I've mentioned. Along with our books, we'll be hosting monthly masterclass sessions to dive deeper into the book's topics and give you practical ways to apply the lessons of profitability to your practice. Not only that, you'll get a fantastic opportunity to connect with other like-minded law firm owners from across the country. You must be a member to join, but membership is free. So what are you waiting for? Go check it out now. Well, that's it for today, my friend. I wish you a very happy new year, and I hope 2026 really is your best year yet. And we want to help you make it happen, my friend. All right, now remember, the ultimate form of wealth is what? It's freedom. I'm your host, Darren Wurz. This is The Lawyer Millionaire, and I'll see you inside the community.
Are you a law firm owner looking to build real wealth and break free from the daily grind? On the Lawyer Millionaire podcast, we share practical strategies to grow your practice, maximize profits, and create the financial freedom you deserve. Join host Darren Wurz as he interviews top experts and successful law firm leaders who share their secrets. Don't just practice law, build a legacy. Listen now to The Lawyer Millionaire wherever you get your podcast. The Lawyer Millionaire podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not intended as legal, tax, or investment advice. Listeners should consult with a qualified professional before making any financial or business decisions. The views expressed by guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Darren Wurz or Lawyer Millionaire Wealth Advisors.